Hi, I'm Carl from the Woodshop TV, and in this video I'm going to make a pattern and we're going to transfer a photo on it to personalize it. Let's get started. Help support the companies that support our community. I started out with a piece of ash. It's about 10 inches long and about 8.5 inches in diameter. So I'm just going to true it up with a roughing gouge and then start shaping the outside of it and put a tenon down on the tailstock end. We're going to flip it around, put it in the chuck, and I'll still bring the tailstock up to keep it from vibrating too much. And then we will shape the lid and get that parted off. That little nub there is going to stick down and hit the bottom of the chuck. And we don't want that. Just make sure it seats nice and flat but doesn't hit the bottom of the jaws. Before parting the lid off, I ran through all the grids up to 600, and the reason I'm dry sanding this is because I want to put a picture on when I'm done, and you can't have that oil on it. There we go. I'll just hand sand the bottom of it there. I do have a few little cracks in it, but they really don't matter that much. I only have one in the base, and it's this big one here, and I'll fill that in with some CA before we get too much further. So what I'm going to do now is I made the tenon come in about this far, so I'll make that tenon so that that fits on there nice, and then I'll use a Forstner bit to clean out the majority of it before I start using the #1 hollower to hollow out the rest of it. All right, got the depth set with the Forstner bit, and I went ahead and set up my steady rest. You probably noticed a little bit of vibration. Ash is a super hard wood, so going into end grain, it was, you could see it vibrating and chipping it out. So I got steady rest set up. This one is from Crabtree Tools. I'm not even sure if he still makes them. I got it years ago. It's super beefy. I don't think I've ever used it for anything close to its potential. I mean, it's for big stuff, but it's the only one I have, and it weighs a ton. So I got it all set up. It just locks onto the bed here in between the ways, and then these are just rollerblade wheels, and you just adjust them down to the piece. So what I do is I turn it on really low, and then I bring them down to where they start to touch, and then I tighten them down. Actually, this one is not hitting anymore. Fix that real quick. You don't want to smash them up against it and crank them down. You want to just have them on there to where they're pressure, but not a ton of pressure on it, because you don't want it to throw it off. So there we go. And I'm going to use the #1 hauler to clean this out. Clean this out. After I got all the dust blown off, I realized there were a few more cracks in it. Just that big main one, but there were a couple little smaller ones, so I used Starbond thick CA glue to fill all those in. And it's really hard to use the CA and then just turn the lathe on and sand it. So I put a 80 grit on the sanding pad and just sanded off the spots with the CA, and then turn the lathe on and finish it, sanding it up to 600. The recess there fit perfect, so I just put it back in the jaws, just put a little bit of pressure on it so I didn't break it, because it has that pretty big crack in it, and brought the tailstock up to support it to take off the tenon on the bottom. So just go nice and easy with this, because this one has a couple little cracks in it. You don't want to expand those jaws too much. It will pull it apart. I'm using that #1 hauler to get out the majority of it, and I switch over to the detail tool to get that little spot there in the center, and that way I can just cut it off with a handsaw when we're done. All right, I have a picture of Samson here. So what you want to do is just use an inkjet printer, and you have to flip it over like that and put it on there. I'm just going to trace this out so I don't get too much glue on it, because I'm going to have to sand it off if I get too carried away. I'll probably have to sand off a little bit of it, but just don't want to get it all over the place. All right, and then it's just Elmer's glue. So you just put it on, and you put quite a bit on. Don't you wanted the whole thing covered, because what happens is the ink goes into the glue, so that's what's gonna transfer the picture. And the other ones we did, we covered them with resin, but this one I am gonna do spray lacquer, and I did a little test to make sure it was actually gonna work, and it works pretty well. And if you're trying to, like if you were doing just a flat piece of wood or something, or if you wanted to do one of these and you want the picture to look like the original, I didn't do it on this one, but we did it on the ones we did with Robin's mom. When in the editor, you flip the picture so that when you put it on this way, it's the same way you're seeing the original. So just put it on like that, smooth out everything. I Never done one on a round surface like this before. Hopefully it'll come out. Just make sure it's all laid down. And then you just let it dry. It takes, you have to let it dry overnight, so it's 24 hours is what the guy said in the video, and that worked on the rest of them we did. All right, to take the paper off, you just get your fingers wet. Don't put too much water on it, and you just rub back and forth, and it will take the paper off. It's, I don't know, it takes 10 or 15 minutes, but just don't soak it down because it'll wash the glue off too. And you might notice my hands are a little daintier than they were a minute ago. So you just keep rubbing around like this. Actually, Robin keeps doing this. I'm just standing here. It does where the glue was on it. It takes, if you get glue on the top of the paper, it takes a little more time to get it off. That's
yeah, it's rubbing the glue.
Right, that's where the white is where I got a little carried away, right? But you can start to see the picture. And then what I'm going to do when she's done here is go ahead and sand that line off where I traced around it and if there was any glue on the side. And then I will put the finish on.
I can start to feel it now, kind of getting through the glue.
The paper just kind of balls up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll speed this up and it'll be YouTube magic and you'll be able to see Samson here in a minute. All right, I went ahead and sanded around it, and I know it looks a little washed out and kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to see it, but as soon as you put the clear on it, it comes through. And it's not perfect like a, you know, like a picture, but it gives it that nice, I don't know, kind of a rustic look to it. So what I'm going to do is turn on the dust collector here, and I'm going to spray lacquer over it. So I'll put probably about 5 coats on it, and then once I get it all done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like, but I'll leave the camera on for the first one so you can see how it kind of pops once you get the clear on it. I finished it off with 5 coats of the lacquer, and it works really well. So some of you may know last year Robin's mom passed away, and we found a video online how to transfer photos onto wood, and I'll put a link down below in the description to that video. It's from Jedrick 29T. So we did a bunch of Christmas ornaments for her family, and with these ones we put resin over the top of it. So it was the same process, except when we were done we put resin over it. So if you want to do something like this, check out that link below and it'll show you how to do the resin over it and everything. But it was a neat way to, I thought, you know, maybe personalize it a little bit. If you're doing an urn like this, you could have somebody send you a photo of their pet and you can put it on it. It's about 5 inches in diameter and 8.5 inches tall. And the reason Robin came in and took the paper off is because she has a lot more patience than I do. So you need to go really slow with it. I just want to take it in and run it over under the sink and wipe it off, and it doesn't work. You have to go slow, just a little bit of water to take that paper off, because if you get carried away, it's just going to wipe the glue off and everything, because that's what the picture is in that glue, in the Elmer's glue. But yeah, I just thought it was a neat way to personalize something. Samson passed away quite a few years ago, but I just kind of wanted to show you, if you're doing patterns, a neat way you could do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe and like button. And I did a live a couple days ago too, mentioning that we're not going to Boise until March 22nd and 23rd. So I'll have a link down below to the Woodcraft website or Facebook page, and it'll have their phone number too if you want to sign up for the classes or come to the all-day demo there. So just because of weather here, it was really bad trying to get over into Idaho, so we decided to switch the dates on that. All right. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.